Hey, Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi will bring you sports moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. All right. Today on the show, it's going to be a speedy one. We don't have time, of course, a lot to discuss today already. Let's just give you some few news that are just coming in, breaking news. UEFA has suspended Benfica's Cristiani for the second leg tie against Real Madrid. You remember that game where Vinicius Jr. Came out to allege that Cristiani racially abused him. So investigations are going on. So it's agreed that he is not going to play the second leg tie with Real Madrid. He will sit that out as investigations continue on that very one. And then going back to most of the games that were played yesterday, Arsenal are back in the lead comfortably. Yes, Arsenal, a lot of us thought that Arsenal were going to bottle the league yesterday. Arsenal showed everybody that, yes, they are here to stay. They defeated Tottenham Hotspur 4-1. But all of those scores for yesterday games, we'll give them later on as the show progresses. But on the discussion for the show today, it's going to be an interesting one because we will not be talking about any club. We'll be going to do something very, very different today. There is a debate right now all over the footballing world, and it's the debate between John Terry and Virgil Van Dijk. Who is the complete defender? Who is that defender that you choose that is the better defender? That is what we want to discuss on the show today. But before we go into all of that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. Nigeria's fencing sensation Ikosi Bro has achieved a groundbreaking milestone, becoming the first Nigeria to be ranked among top 10 junior fencers in the world. The latest ranking released by the International Fencing Federation, FIE, placed the 18-year-old in 10th position in the men's sabre junior category with 68.750 points. Bro is now the second highest ranked African, trailing only Egypt's Ahmed Hashim, who sits in 7th place with 67.00 points. Despite a quarterfinal exit at the 2026 Africa Junior Fencing Championship in Dakar, Senegal, Bro Rise has been fueled by his recent performance after finishing 6th at the 2026 FIE World Cup in Dakar, Senegal. Jermaine Sleuthter, transfer of allegiance from Great Britain and Northern Ireland to Nigeria, has provided a rare boost for the country's combined event program at a time when several high-profile athletes are heading in the opposite direction. Born to a German father and a Nigerian mother, Sleuthter has embraced his Nigerian heritage and quickly established himself as one of the country's leading multi-event athletes. He won the Big Ten silver medal in both the heptathlon and the decathlon in 2025 and is currently competing at the U.S. Combined Event Championships in Indianapolis. After 4 events of the men's heptathlon on Saturday, he has accumulated 3,273 points, highlighted by a personal best of 7.39 meters in the long jump, and remains on course to challenge for his own national record again. And back to our topic of discussion. Today we are opening the line for a debate that has been setting social media on fire for weeks. It all started on Talk Sport with Jermaine Pennant and Jamie O'Hara, as it's a question that divides generation. Who is the ultimate Premier League centre back? John Terry or Virgil van Dijk? On one side, you got the captain, leader, legend. John Terry has the receipt. We are talking 5 Premier League titles, the most clean sheet for a defender in the Premier League history. That is over 200 clean sheets. And he's the highest scoring defender in the EPL and has ever seen in 41 goals. He was the heart of that 2024-2025 Chelsea defense that conceded only 15 goals in a whole season. A record that still feels impossible today. But then you look at the Rolls Royce. Virgil van Dijk didn't just join Liverpool, he transformed them. He is the only defender in the conversation to finish as runner-up for the Ballon d'Or. While Terry defended deep and low block, Virgil van Dijk defended on the halfway line, using that terrifying recovery speed and area dominance that makes him look like he's playing against kids. Now, if you're arguing this, these are some of the questions I want you, or some of the things I want you to talk about. Is Terry longevity and trophy cabinet the deciding factor? Should this be what will decide if Terry wins this, or is it Van Dijk? Is Van Dijk more complete individual athlete who would thrive in any era? Some people will say Van Dijk can play even in John Terry's era. He can play in the current era. And does the fact that Terry played in a more protected defensive system change how you view his stats? John Terry himself had already chimed in on TikTok telling everyone to check the stats. Well, the stats are on the table. Now it's over to you. Who are you taking to save your life on a 1v1 situation? The Chelsea icon or the Liverpool giant? Between John Terry and Virgil van Dijk, who will you consider the better defender? That is our question today. No, we are not talking too much on the show today. I just want to hear from you. Who would you pick as your better, or do you think is the better defender between Virgil van Dijk and John Terry? The number to call is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. And you can also be part of the show when you comment on our Facebook handle. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and when you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Like I said earlier, we don't have any time for this show. The time is very, very short, so you have to call now and let's have your say. Okay, now I'm going to this debate between John Terry and Van Dijk. I took my time to look at these two defenders. They actually played in different eras. John Terry will say yes, not taking anything away from Terry. He's, I think, unarguably one of the best defenders in the Premier League that have ever played in the Premier League. Because when you look at those stats for John Terry, it's just something else. The most clean sheet in the Premier League ever. Yes, up to 214 to 218 clean sheets as a defender, and also the defender with the highest goal in the Premier League ever. Nobody has broken that record. These are the record John Terry he is holding. Nobody come close to John Terry. And then you have Van Dijk on the other side. That people say some of the argument for Van Dijk is that Van Dijk in the current football where defenders move up front to also participate in the game, not the Jose Mourinho style where defenders stay the low block and then they are box-to-box defenders and there are no pressure going forward. In the case of Van Dijk, he can be up front, and once anything happens just behind him, he is the speed that he has to recover and then get back and clear those balls. And also his height, his strength, his agility. That's what we are talking about. John Terry may not have some of those, but what do you think? Do you think that John Terry is better than Virgil Van Dijk? The number to call again is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. And you can also comment on our Facebook. If the network is giving you issue, you can go to the Facebook and comment. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. I'll be here to read your comments live. Okay. Now, for some people that are arguing for John Terry, they said apart from his defensive ability, he has this leadership character in him. Hello?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm C. Oliver Nyike, better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports in Abenga here and lady.
Okay, Busy Brain. Where do you stand? Virgil Van Dijk or John Terry?
Definitely I will stand for John Terry.
How so? Why would you choose John Terry?
And I'm not speaking this based on a Chelsea fan, but you remember or the football in the past, how it was, and the football at the moment is it. So the way the John Terry was doing Chelsea that time, it was a very powerful work the young man has been doing. In fact, he make things, it takes Chelsea to the next level, which I have not seen Virgil van Dijk have done Liverpool so far. So that is why I'm giving it to John Terry.
Okay, there is this argument. There's this argument that Terry played with some of the best defenders around him. He played with Carvalho, Cahill, Michael Essien, those very big. But Virgil Van Dijk never have some of those very good defenders to play against him, and yet he's performing. How would you take that?
When something has gone, that is how people reach. But then no one appreciate the lives of people you are calling and the lives of Michael Essien and some of them. But now people will come out to say kudos and appreciation to them. Look at the time Lampard was in Chelsea. Nobody know that Lampard was a good midfield. Now people are rating him. So when you are gone, many people begin to talk about you, either bad or good. So even Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk, he playing with a whole lot of best people, good defender. By the time Liverpool win the league, in fact, the team was excellently good. It's just now that the team is dropping that many people begin to criticize or talk bad about Liverpool. So if you talk of real football, John Terry, that England man, that England fullback and Chelsea captain, former defender, but he was on top of his game. So I'm always proud of him. Whenever I hear John Terry, I'm always happy and proud of him because the way he do his thing, he play very cool. He was not the type that will react to referee or react bad to the player. But he always play with determination and understanding.
All right, thanks for that one.
With that, I'm giving him 100%.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have John Terry drawing the first blood. I want to hear from you. We don't have time today, so you have to call. John Terry getting the first one. If you just join us, this is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5. Speed FM Makudi will bring you sports moments of your life, and today we are discussing one of the hottest debate in the football world right now between John Terry and Virgil van Dijk. Who would you say is the better defender? Hello.
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening.
I'm Ugondemos. I'm calling from Sabonji Ground.
Okay, we're going to go on.
You have said it all. John Terry is the best among the two. He has scored the most goals in the Premier League as a defender than any other defender. He has won the trophies, and his consistent made him to be outstanding. Yes.
So, for you, it's all about the stats. For you, it's all about statistics. That is why you give it to John Terry. But look,
not only the statistics. You see, in recent times, Van Dijk has deformed. He's not defending as he used to. But in the days of John Terry, there wasn't a season that you see him deform. He's always on top of his game.
Okay. How about the argument that some people put forward that for Van Dijk, he is one of the only defenders that have ever been among the top 3 Ballon d'Or contenders. John Terry didn't get. John Terry never got to that level.
The greatest footballers of all times were running them. So a defender can't come near the likes of the Messi and Ronaldo. And you have great midfielders such as Andres Iniesta and Xavi Hernandez. So there was any way defenders can near them.
So are you saying that right now we don't have great players?
Yeah, we have, but not as compared to those ones I've mentioned. Yes.
Okay.
Among the midfielders of these days, who can you compare to Xavi or Iniesta. Or Andre Pirlo?
He's debatable. Okay, thanks for that one. He's saying that Van Dijk being among the top 3 Ballon d'Or nominee is because we don't have the quality of players we used to have when Terry was playing. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Benny.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Kenneth calling from airport.
Okay, Kenneth, let's hear from you.
First of all, let me give my take before I will somehow agree with one of the callers.
Can you just move away from your radio set while you continue?
Yeah, I'm far away from my radio.
Okay, go on.
Quickly, my take would definitely go to John Terry.
Why don't John Terry?
Yes, because just like you asked the last caller, John Terry has the numbers to speak for him. During the days of John Terry, when he was playing, at least we never witnessed a season where John Terry had that deep in form that Van Dijk is currently having at Liverpool. We never witnessed such a thing with John Terry. Not minding the arguments some people are putting up that he had best of players then to play with. Even with Van Dijk, I think he had good players. Why we won't agree right now that Liverpool have the best of players is because football players have dropped their standards in recent times as compared to the ones of old. Because back then we had lots of players who were giving their top level performance season in, season out. They give consistently, but right now, if a player comes up and gives a top level performance a season or two, everything goes. Yes. So I'll go with John Terry.
Okay, now my question I want to put before you: if John Terry, in his peak, were to play, can he play the kind of football they play now? Not the low block that he was used to under Jose Mourinho and the rest, where defenders come up front. It depends on your speed, how agile you are. Can John Terry meet that standard now if he was to play in the current football at his peak?
Just like you asked, football of old was football of old. There's no way we will bring football of old to be played now. And there's no way we will say football of now should have been played back then. Yes. So every generation have their pattern of play and the pace.
Oh,
That was his own pace and pattern of play during his time, and now this is the pattern of of play right now during Van Dijk's era.
okay. Thanks for that one.
So, of course.
Okay. That is the pattern of play during John Terry's time and the pattern of play right now for Van Dijk. But I'm still finding it hard to agree with what everybody is saying. Maybe let's just go and take the results for yesterday's game. If we come back, that is the live scores. We'll come back and we'll discuss this. Let's just go take some of those games for yesterday, and then if we come back, there's still time. Then we'll talk more about that. Yesterday's game, Crystal Palace, they played. They defeated Wolves 1-0. Nottingham Forest lost to Liverpool 1-0, and then Sunderland also lost to Fulham 3-1. Arsenal yesterday, they were able to redeem themselves and they defeated Tottenham, a Tottenham that is having a new coach. Not underrating Arsenal, but Tottenham, I would say Tottenham, they are just in shambles right now. They defeated Tottenham convincingly 4-1. And then in Germany, Freiburg versus Mönchengladbach. Freiburg won that one 2-1. St. Pauli defeated Werder Bremen 2-1. Heisdem played a 3-3 draw with Stuttgart. In the Italian Serie A, Genoa defeated Torino 3-0. Atalanta defeated Napoli 2-1. And Utrecht defeated Zwolle. Utrecht and Zwolle played a 1-1 draw. AC Milan played lost to Parma 1-0, and AC Milan defeated Cremonese 3-0. In the Spanish La Liga, Itafe lost to Sevilla 1-0. Barcelona came back to win their game and go back to the summit of the table after defeating Levante 3-0. Celta Vigo defeated Real Mallorca 2-0. Then the last game in the Spanish La Liga, Villarreal versus Valencia, ended 2-1 in favor of Villarreal. Those are the matches for yesterday. The games for today so far. In the Champions League today, Real Madrid will be taking on Club Brugge, and then Bayern Leverkusen versus Olympiacos, Inter Milan versus Bordeaux Glimt, and Newcastle versus Qarabağ. Those are the match to be played tomorrow in the Champions League. Tomorrow we'll be here to talk Champions League football. Yes, those are the results and then games that are going to be played tomorrow that we just gave you, especially in the Champions League. And back to our topic of discussion. Our time is already fast spent, so we are not going to pick any call. Our time is already fast spent. But let me just make and give a little analysis. For me, I think these two players are they are just different, depending on what you like as a coach or as an analyst. If you feel that Terry, it's you want that captain, that leadership, that grit, that organization, defending as a unit, you get a John Terry that will give you that. And for me, he's one of the greatest captains that you will see in the English Premier League. Also, John Terry, his stats speaks for him. There is no way you talking of defenders in England, you will not talk of John Terry over the years, yes, and even years to come. And then for Virgil Van Dijk, he is the modern form of a defender. That speed, that recovery ability, that strength, that composure, and his ability to also know and read the game very, very fast. That is what Virgil Van Dijk has for him, but it depends on what you want and who you feel is your best defender. And this is the much we can take on the show. Tomorrow we'll be here to talk Champions League football. Champions League continues tomorrow, and then we'll see other things as they come by. From me to you, like I always tell you, God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor, es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. ¿Cómo decirte que te quiero? Que muero por tu amor. Yo no he perdido la ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar.
As King Radio 98.5.